Hi, welcome to this video on how to enter an interclub competition. So this competition is run by the New South Wales Federation of Camera Clubs, and to enter you must be a member of one of the affiliated clubs. Now this is a scenario where you are an individual entering the competition, where you're submitting your own entries for the competition. There is another style of interclub where one person enters all the entries for the nominated club, but that scenario is not covered in this video. So to enter, you first click on the green click here to enter button, and it'll ask you to sign into a My Photo Club account. If you've used the system as it says here with this logo, you probably have an account already. So you click on sign in, and I have an account here, so I'll just sign into it. And the first thing it does is it asks you to nominate your club. So you can see there's the list of clubs that are associated with this, with the Federation of Camera Clubs in New South Wales. And there is one here called My Photo Club Test. So I'll just use that one and click on Save. Okay, so you can see now that it tells me that I belong to that club. And if I've made a mistake, I click here to change the club. Now, if you've had to register and you don't have your details complete, you will need to fill in your contact details. And here you can also fill in the honours that you may have. So I just click on confirm and save that. You can see that once that's complete, you'll get a green badge here. So the next part is you need to agree to the terms and conditions. So you can see here that you've got I've read the details of the conditions of entry, which are stored under competition and general information. So if I click on yes, so it'll go to green. And then I have to tell this competition wants to know whether it's the first time I've entered. So I'll say no. And you can see now that I've got a green checks complete option there. So the next stage is to upload my images. So here, this is going to take me to another page to actually do the upload. So if I click here, you can see it comes up and it gives you some information about the competition and options you have for entering previously entered images, and an orange button here that you use to return once you've uploaded your entries. So I'm only going to, I'll just enter one image. And submit that. And if it didn't meet the image dimensions, it'll warn you. Okay, so you can see I've got one image there now, and it's in a print section. So if I click on finished uploading, it'll bring me back to the entry form. You can see that it says that my upload is not complete because I need to upload, then later review the images. So you can see that there's a green button at the top and the bottom of the list of all the images. So it gives you an opportunity to check that it's right, that you've got the images in the right section. And then once you're happy, you just click on My Images Are Correct. And the page will reload. You can see now I've got a green badge there to say that that section's been completed, and it's also I've already confirmed. This doesn't prevent you from going back in there and uploading and changing your entries. So now that I've completed that section, I can go to the Pay My Entry field, and you can see that this competition, the fee is based on the number of competition sections I've entered, and I've entered one section and the fee is $15. Okay, so if I click on the PayPal button, that'll take me to PayPal to do the entry. Okay, so sign into my account, and you can see here that it's going to send it to my Photo Club websites Many competitions use My Photo Club to collect their fees. Sometimes they have their own PayPal account and it'll go there. Um, and then if I just complete the purchase, I've paid $15 to My Photo Club, and it has the shipping and the receipt numbers, and you'll get a notification from PayPal. So if I click on Return to Seller, that'll bring me back, and you can see that it brings me back to a page that says that it's responded with a successful message. But note, if you change your options and you want to enter more sections, you'll need to pay an additional amount. So if I click on Return to the home page, you can see I can go back into the Enter form. And if I have a look at Pay Your Entry Fees, you can see now it's got my payment details there, and then I've got nothing due. And because I've got nothing due, I've got no PayPal button. But if I was to return back into here and upload some more sections, I would then get an incremental difference of how much I had to pay. Now, because the section that I entered had it was a print section, I've got this green button here to print my entry and mailing labels. So if I can go into here, you can see that I've got two things I can do. One, I can generate the entry labels. So that creates the labels that get attached to the back of your print. It's important that you obviously attach the right label. And then labels, you've got titles for print, so that's not available in that option. That's where you put a title on the front of the, a diagonal strip along the front of your print to show the title. And here you can generate the mailing labels. So you can see here that what it does is it generates an A4 page that you can print, cut in half, put the two on your package, and include this to make it easy for return of your image, if that's the case. Okay, so at that stage, you can return to the entry form and your entry is complete. Okay, now after a certain period of time, you'll get a receipt message from MyPhotoClub with the details of your entry. That'll take normally 20 to 30 minutes after you've done your entry. It gives you enough time to do changes, etc., before it generates the acknowledgement message. Just for some extra information, I'll just show you, this is the typical message that you'll get from PayPal. It's coming from PayPal, so the format may change, but you can see that I've paid the $15, and this transaction ID is the thing you need to quote if you've got any query. But here you can see the details that it was a payment for the Top Shot Camera Club for that particular competition by this person. Okay, so you don't need to have the same email address as the person that you signed in. You can see I actually signed in as Colewoods at Outlook, but my PayPal account is Colewoods at Gmail. That's not a problem at all. Okay. Yeah, so after about 30 minutes, you should receive an acknowledgement message. And the acknowledgement message in your email should look something like this. It'll have the banner for the club, acknowledge me entry, dear Ziggy, the name of the competition you entered. It tells you this is the status. This was how your entry looked at the time. So if you change your entry, obviously it'll change. Your contact details, it tells you that it's an interclub competition and this is the club that you're associated with. It has a picture of your entry here. You can actually click on it to go and see a larger version of it, the original version. And payment information down here. It's got that same information that you saw when you entered. Okay. If you have any issue with your entry, there'll either be a contact detail down here. You don't reply to the message, it's a do not reply, or you go back to the club site and go into the contact us information here and you can see that it's got the contact details here. Okay, thanks very much, and best of luck with your entry.